Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Syafiq Azami Abusman and my metric number is 261243. Today I would like to present about my final project, which is the awareness towards augmented reality for degree student in educational environment. Before I start, I would like to explain a little bit about the augmented reality or the AR. Basically, the AR is the technology enables information from computer generated virtual image to be superimposed in real time. Nowadays, AR is very useful for many industries such as medical, military, tourism, engineering, and advertising. There are three problem statements in this research. The first one is the declining number of student interest in science subject, with the only theory in the textbook or notes make the student feel bored while in learning process. The second one is the difficulties of student in visualizing the complex idea. And the last one is the potential technology for abstract design visualization. With the AR technology, it helps students to present some information through the graphical system that become easier for the student to understand. Move to research objective. There are three research objectives that have been highlighted by the researcher. The first one is the types of AR application that conducted in education environment. The second one is to study the advantages of AR application among the students. And the last one is to measure the awareness of AR application in educational environment. Okay, now I will explain about the research methodology. For the data collection, the researcher used the qualitative method that including 5 people from Bachelor of Creative Industry Management as the respondent. The sampling technique that being used by the researcher is the snowball sampling. Let's move to the data analysis. In this research, there are 5 total respondents, which is the 2 of them were female, that both of them were 23 years old. And the rest of them are male, which is all of them were 22 years old. All of the respondents were taking the same course at the university, which is the Bachelor of Creative Industry Management. And currently, there are 3 to 4 years of study. Now, let's move to the first research objective, which is the type of AR application that was conducted in educational environment. The researcher highlighted 2 codes in this objective. The first one is the exposure of AR technologies. As you can see, 4 of 5 respondents were already exposed to the AR despite learning in class. It's shown that the AR technology nowadays, people can explore their knowledge themselves. The second code is the types of AR technology. They give the different example because they got the different examples such as digital marketing, advertising, and more. In class, they learn the same thing. For example, they learn the types of AR themselves, like marker-based AR, project-based AR, location-based AR, and the last one is the superimposition-based AR. They also have to create game. That is one of their assignment in the Unity software. Now I will describe about the second research objective, which is the advantages of AR application among students. The first code is the student interaction. According to all respondents, they will agree about this statement. With the new method of learning, it can replace the traditional learning process, become interesting to the student. With the new environment of study, it also helps students to understand via information method by AR technology. The second code that been highlighted is the advanced learning. All the respondents give their different opinion about this topic. The AR technology can replace or less the dependent on the written material because they access their assessment or notes at their fingertips. It also can change the traditional method that can encourage students to be creative in problem solving or critical thinking while in class. The last code in the second research objective is the accessibility of the technology. For example, the AR character that been developed in class will be able to assist students about their learning system. If the lecturer cannot attend to the class, the AR character can give the lecture and also able to answer the student question. Furthermore, the AR also helps students to explore more about their subject in class. Last but not least, the AR facilitates students to access the variety of nodes. Okay, now we'll proceed to the last research objective, which is the awareness of AR application in educational environment. For this part, the researchers smaller the scope of data collection to the potential about AR technology can be widely in Malaysia. All of the respondents agreed about this question, but there are many preparations have to make in order to develop the AR technology widely in Malaysia. The first one is the cost and expertise. The cost is very important to cover the framework and the development about the AR software. The readiness by sender and receiver, which is stands for lecturer and student, have to be considered first so that the learning process can be run smoothly in the class. As a conclusion, the AR technology in educational environment in Malaysia helps the society in terms of technological advancement. This benefit should be used by us so that the people of our country can compete with foreign countries from various aspects. In accordance with the status of our developing country, the use of AR can be used as the beginning of this advanced technology in education system. That's all from me. Thank you for your attention.